Hey there, it's Brittany, and I'm back today with Jesse James beads and Dress It Up buttons, and we're gonna make some earrings using these really cute Mickey and Minnie candy corn buttons. I love them so much. I love the look of candy corn. I used to really love to eat it, but now I just like the little candy corn pumpkins. But we don't have to eat these. We're just gonna look, they're gonna be eye candy instead. So I have a bunch of Minnie and a bunch of Mickey. So here's Minnie. And here's Mickey. Super duper cute. So we're going to be using E6000 glue with these and some jump rings and some little earring posts. You can get these at the craft store. They're just blank and you glue them onto your projects. You'd also need an earring back. I choose to use these, but the little plastic ones that are squishy are the ones that you can also use. For the backs of these buttons, each one differs a little bit. So Minnie just has a shank on the orange part, but Mickey's yellow part is the shank, meaning there are 3 layers to this button and they all connect through this shank. So when we cut that off, these first 2 layers are going to fall off and we'll just need to glue those on. It's super easy. For Minnie, we're doing the bare minimum today, but they're going to be so cute. I'm just going to cut off these little orange shanks. And if you'll see, I accidentally hit the yellow part. And I'm glad that happened so I can show you how to fix it. We'll just take our little tube of E6000 and rub that on there a little bit. And I mean, a little will go a long way in this situation. And we're just going to press our little yellow piece right back in. No harm, no foul. That'll dry, and it'll dry permanently within 24 hours. And then I'm just going to take my little piece, my little glue, and dab it right where we cut off the shank, and push on my earring finding. And you'll see that there's like a little raised splash zone from the glue. I just take an eye pin and I bring that up. As you can see, I've used this one before. I bring that up and around the post just to make sure that it's really embedded in the glue. Again, we're going to set that aside for 24 hours and let it dry. And through the magic of TV, I have a completed pair. They're so cute, especially if you love funky and fun earrings. And of course, at the end, I'll show you what they look like in a photo, but those are so cute. These are cute for any age. I would wear these if I wore earrings. So then the next 2 pairs, we're going to use Mickey, and I'm going to show you one where we don't have to use any glue. If you're not comfortable using glue, you're just going to need an eye pin like that. And I have some beads left over from my mini mix from the Orange Creamsicle mini mix from Jesse James Beads. I have them just in a little baggie. And I love these little tiny crystal rondelles. These little orange ones. And we're really going to make this Mickey into a bead. So first I'm going to take a crystal rondelle. And then I'm going to slide that onto my Mickey. And then I'm going to put one more crystal rondelle. So that makes it so that my little eye pin doesn't slide right through. However, you can put a smaller bead there so it's not showing through the top of your Mickey, but that's going to be important in a moment. I am just going to do a simple loop here. I just do that by bending and snipping. And taking my round nose pliers and bending back, or curling back, I would say. Like that. So, I mean, you could just use that as a bead on, or a connector on a piece, but I'm going to make an earring out of that. I have this Lemon Yellow Sun mini mix from Jesse James Beads, and I love this little drop, and it looks like candy corn to me. You could even probably paint this to resemble candy corn even more. So I'm going to take an eye pin and I'm just going to put that in there. And I'm going to wire wrap the eye pin. I'm going to snip that. And I'm going to open up my Mickey and connect those two. And then open up my ear wire and slip that on. We have a cute 5-minute pair of earrings that didn't require any glue, and the possibilities are kind of endless with these. You can use a candy corn bead below it. You can use different crystals. It really is up to your imagination. I think they're so stinking cute. And then last but not least, we're going to do a little bit more with the Mickey. So I'm going to cut off this little shank. And as you'll see with the mini that I accidentally cut, now these two are free. So what I'm going to do is just take my glue again. And I can even cut off a little bit more of that shank here. And I'm going to cover where the shank was. From side to side, there's going to be a little bit more on the outside as well. And then I'm going to put that back on my orange bead, or my orange button. Right now it's a cabochon without the shank on it. And then I need a jump ring and an earring finding. So a little post finding. So I'm going to put the glue on my post this time. Put that right between Mickey's ears. But if you want it to be like a dangle, you could put it on one of his ears instead of between them. Push that down. Then again, I will take my eye pin and move my glue onto the top of my earring. There we go. Oh, he's sliding around. And then I'm going to put a little dab of glue right at the bottom of Mickey. Right there. Not too much. And take my jump ring and find the split in the jump ring and put that in the glue. If you want to wait for any of these pieces to dry before you start gluing again, that's totally fine too. So then I'll move my glue on top of the jump ring. And now we have a little earring that you can hang things from with the glue that's a little bit more sturdy than the one I showed you before. So it'll look like that. Again, through the magic of TV, I already have two completed. These have been drying for over 24 hours, and that is not going anywhere. These are perfect. So we can go ahead and create to our heart's content. All right, for the rest of this earring, I've chosen 3 beads. This beautiful briolette from Lemon Yellow Sun, this cute little bicone from Orange Creamsicle, and this is also from Lemon Yellow Sun. And then I grabbed some Jesse James beads Chain Reaction. And I'm not going to be using the beads on here, but the chain is really fun. So I'm going to cut 3 lengths of this chain. So the first one, I am just gonna, I know it might hurt to cut off these beautiful beads, but you can put them in your bead soup and use them for something else. And then this one I'm cutting here. So here's my first length of chain, and my second I'm cutting here. I always keep these little connectors because I never know when I'll need them for one little tiny project. And then I'll cut here. So that's my second piece. So there are 3 different lengths. And I am going to attach them to this portion of my Mickey with some small jump rings. And I'm always leaving this little tiny loop towards the bottom if it's still on there. So I'm going to attach this piece. Longest one will be in the middle. So our earring should look like this. Then I'm going to take some 22 gauge artistic wire and cut a piece off. I'm going to slip that through my briolet, not putting it in the middle, just enough to have one side wrap around the other. So I'm going to lift that up here. And I'm going to take the right side and wrap it around the left. And you can do this closer to the briolet, whatever works for you. All right. If you can't do this with your fingers, you can definitely do it with your pliers. And then I'm just going to snip right here. And I'm going to make a wire wrapped loop. I'm going to slip that onto the longest piece of chain before I close it up. And then I am just going to wrap it around down towards the briolet. And you can go super messy with this. You can go very tight with it. I tend to like messy wraps a little bit more. I missed a spot up at the top, so I'm going to go back up and go around. This is very messy. And I'm going to tuck that in. Here we go. So we have our briolet. And then I'm going to take an eye pin for my little bicone. I'm going to wire wrap this. You can wire wrap it onto the chain, but I'm just going to wire wrap it and then use a jump ring, which you can definitely do with the briolet as well. If you want to make it easy on yourself, just do a simple loop too. Now I'm just going to attach the orange bead and the tassel to their two different pieces of chain. This one will go on the right. And this one will go on the left. And you want to make sure you close it up because these little pieces of chain can slip right through a tiny opening in the jump ring. And there we go. Really fun, very long earrings. And the fun thing about this is you can customize it any way you want. You want to add more beads, make them super full and add more orange and white and clear and yellow throughout your chain. So I think those were fun. We made 3 pairs of earrings today that from very simple to a little bit more difficult to statement. So actually I think they're all statement earrings, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Jessie James Beads and Dress It Up Buttons, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Have a good day. Bye-bye.